Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Jai Ki Jai, Shri Jagannath Baladev Sabhadra Ki Jai, Nitai Sachi Sutta Ki Jai, Shri Radha Parasishwara Ki Jai, Shri Krishna Balaram Ki Jai, Shri Gaunitai Ki Jai, Shri Varahadev Ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Lakshmana Shingadev Ki Jai, Shri Radha Govinda Madhava Ki, Numan Kodam Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Book Marathon Ki Jai. All glories to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to His divine grace. Savior of the whole universe. Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Transcendental Prasad Distribution Ki Jai. Transcendental Worshipping of their Divine Lordships Ki Jai. Transcendental Farming Ki Jai. Transcendental Managing Ki Jai. Transcendental everything else Ki Jai. May everything become transcendental Ki Jai. Mercy of Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Go Premanandi! All glories to all the devotees assembled and those who are not assembled.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
We hope we're not disassembled. Glories to all the devotees. Hare Krishna, what a wonderful thing. The Prabhupada Book Marathon. Can you just copy and paste it? Just put the picture there. You can find it. Something there. Well, not the one I had, the one you had. You found it on your mobile.
Yes, but it was very bad quality.
Okay, well, the one I had good quality. But we do apologize. Technical, let's say, considerations here of various kinds. Let's slow down. We finalized one last slide for the 2023 Prabhupada Book Marathon. And it's not a front show in one sense, it's the most essential thing that we can live without. We can live with that. We can just put any picture of Prabhupada in there, which I will do now. Is this online?
That's on Google. I was
On
looking
Google.
for.
Okay, we'll just, can you just copy and paste it?
Yes.
Don't matter about the corner. Just copy and paste it in that corner. So, we'd like to first of all thank everybody here, or everybody is a part of Srila Prabhupada's marathon. I've always wondered if this word marathon, it doesn't seem to have any connection with Mara. Mara means death. So I always thought, you know, to become deathless, Prabhupada, you know, this movement is a marathon. He said, one time it's not that we just do a marathon and then we go to sleep for the rest of the year. Oh, some of us come out of the woodwork, you know, for a couple of hours in December and try to distribute a few books here and there. But the marathon, our life is a marathon, isn't it? Ananya Bhakti is unalloyed, unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service. When we use the word marathon, it usually refers to some tremendous exertion of energy, a race, some major endeavor to achieve something, which you could say it is. But on a spiritual platform, it's not. It doesn't have the same connotation, doesn't have the same kind of mood. It is a mood of the heart. When you love something, you don't want to stop, isn't it? Amongst people, if they love each other, they can't bear being separated. They don't. Mother loves her child; she doesn't even feel tired. She can go days. If you're in a war, you may not love the war, but it's a marathon. You can't sleep. My father would always tell me that there was some that go 7 days with no sleep. He was on the front lines in the Second World War. They couldn't afford to sleep. Too dangerous. Going 24/7. When my prophet did say about the marathon one time, he said, "This, you were all in samadhi." He said, it is not possible. Day after day, and it was a fact. And I think Goswami Prabhu, Shastra Prabhu, and the Janananda Prabhu would have probably experienced that in France, especially the last few days of the marathons in the 70s, maybe the 80s also. Devotees would barely be able to eat and sleep. Eating and sleeping was like a big disturbance. You wish you didn't exist. Somehow you fell asleep sometimes, or you thought you had to eat something, but the spirit of the marathon was just something extraordinary. You could give a relative example, which we've already given, but it's totally different because it's completely, we may be a little motivated, you could say self-centered sometimes, but the ultimate issue, we should have a picture of the books, and that's the key feature. Key feature of the books. It was there. Yeah. And it's a mood to get into, and I'm sure you had that too. Perhaps there was a competitive air there, perhaps there wasn't. And I know several of us mentioned this, how much they felt close to Srila Prabhupada, close to Lord Nityananda, close to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, whose life and soul was to see that this transcendental knowledge is distributed predominantly in those days. Of course, it was holding solely through books. Now we have electronic versions, but still the books are the main vehicle in one sense, still for that perpetuation of this mission of the gopis to spread Devakatamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavagiritam Kalmashava Shravanamangam Srimanatam Uji Priyantiye Bhuri Janaha. This is the greatest welfare work, to spread the message of Godhead all over the world. There is no one more dear to the Lord than one who does this, nor will there ever be one more dear. We're all part of that. We may not be directly distributing books. We may be worshipping the deities. We may be cleaning. We may be managing. We may be farming. Whatever it may be, different services are there in the mission of Lord Chaitanya. It is all part of this mission to disseminate the knowledge of the absolute truth. No one else is doing that. Srila Prabhupada's books in the Western world and in so many languages throughout the world are, practically speaking, the only literatures which are actually doing this. Other literatures talk about these things, but they don't actually put light on the subject matter. You may read the Bhagavad Gita, Sanskrit, this and that, but without light you cannot understand anything. Srila Prabhupada has put light so we can actually see what's there. Otherwise it's just mechanical. It's just some verbatim repetition of words, but with no life. Srila Prabhupada has brought life to the world. Thank you. That's good. Pardon? Oh, don't worry about the quality. Quality will come in time, Prabhupada said. Right now, we do our best. Even on Sankirtan, quality will come. Prabhupada said it about that. Quality will come in time. Quality means with love. So even if it appears that something is not quite perfect, if we're doing it with the right intention, it's perfect. So we're now going to plug into our, well, what should we start with? You tell me. Do we want to hear from the devotees about some special stories, or shall we blend that in as we go along? In other words, when we come to certain points, we'll ask, for instance, some of the top book distributors here, like Janananda and Prabhu, a few words about his exploits on book distribution this year's Prabhupada Book Marathon, and like that as we go along. I think that would be a nice way of stopping us. We don't need that right now. That will come at the very end. We do apologize for the quality of the video, of the presentation. It's not very clear right now. It's united, but there's no. We've got the united part, but there's no diversity in the unity here. It's just all one. We don't know what the issues are. There is some issue.
Switch on.
It's on. There's something. Some color is there. Somebody has to come fairly quickly and sort this out. Otherwise, we're not going to be making a PowerPoint presentation.
It's to warm up.
It's coming.
It's warming up.
Yes.
Marathons are like that. It takes a while to warm up. Sometimes when you go out on the street, and I'll let you know, I know a lot of boys are very hesitant about this, for various reasons. Some may be personal, some may be so-called philosophical, some may be social, or whatever it may be, health-wise and so on, about going out and distributing books person to person. There's some hesitancy. Believe me, there aren't many devotees, if any, in this movement who don't have a hesitancy. It's not like, we're born for doing this. It's not like it's, you know, your natural propensity. You know, some people have a natural propensity to sell, but that's not what Sankirtan is all about. It's a different thing altogether. We're not selling things. We're carrying the message of the absolute truth into the world of relativity. So it's scary. You know, you go on the streets of any city, major city in the world, you can be a little bit nervous. I don't know if any of you have that in the beginning of the day. A little hesitancy about starting. You have that sometimes?
So there is no one who doesn't have.
I even spoke to some of the most seasoned, experienced Buddhists there is, and many of them say the same thing. They're very, not nervous isn't the word, but hesitant or a little bit, you know, not like, here we are, back home, you know, it's like, you know, the first person, you don't know what they're going to say or do, and at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 people, and no one's even blinking an eye at you. And if they do, they say, buzz off. And if you're lucky, they say, non merci. If you're lucky, non merci. Something else. So, you know, this is a yogya. Yogya means not meant to be necessarily easy. We just do what's easy, and we won't get very far in our surrender. Surrender means doing something a little bit. It can be very, Krishna says, it can be tushanti chara, joyfully performed, but it's a little bit outside of our norm. We make that a little effort. So the marathons are like that. So are we on screen?
Yes.
We are, okay. So thank you for joining us today for this little recap of the Prabhupada Book Marathon 2023 in France.
Is it going to be translated in French?
I don't know.
Some devotees may need.
Who needs French? There's a French translation of that. It'll be difficult to do this online. Very difficult. Thank you, Krishna Bhakti. You were in India for quite a while, were you?
Yes.
We didn't see you for many weeks. All good? You good trip? Good. Welcome back. So, we have any other language translation? So as we all know, Srila Prabhupada is our inspiration for these marathons. The first marathon started way back, I think, in 1972 in Los Angeles. Rameshwar Prabhu in those days was leading one of the Sankirtan devotees, and he tells the whole story of this first 3-day marathon. And they stayed out till 11, 12 o'clock at night, distributing books in various stores in Los Angeles. And just like a breakthrough. I thought it's possible. 18,000 books distributed in 3 days. Quite something. Never before heard of. And slowly the marathon spirit caught on around the world. By 74, it was pretty much in the Western world established. Started with 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, 14 days, 21 days, 28 days, and now 35 days. And some temples go even further. They're going on. Even today, some temples says, this is the last day, or tomorrow? No, today is the last day of the Give to Live campaign, which is to distribute 3.7 million Bhagavad Gitas in France. No.
No.
France.
The greater France.
The greater France, the colony, the outer precincts or provinces, known like America and India, places like that, which just haven't realized they're all really under France. They haven't realized it yet. Worldwide, 3.7 million. I have no idea if we're any of what's going on at all. I haven't seen any let's say, response from anywhere, so I don't know. I haven't looked. But that's the idea. This campaign to try to flood the world with Srila Prabhupada's, not Srila Prabhupada, Krishna's Bhagavad Gita. So people get the chance to hear from Krishna. Who better to hear from? Hearing from Krishna or topics about Krishna is the greatest panacea. So Radharani says, for all the suffering living entities in the universe, this should be made available to everyone. Prabhupada wrote, said, whenever I get report of my book selling, I feel strength. Regarding book sales figures, please endeavor in this way. This is the only solace of my life. When I hear that my books are selling so nicely, I become energetic like a young man. There are thousands of quotes, as you may be aware, of Srila Prabhupada speaking about book distribution. Oh, well done. Do it again. Oh, I like that.